Today's Thursday and we're going to do some chair yoga, but we're going to stand and use the chair after we warm up. So let's just begin where we left off last Tuesday, rolling the shoulders. Because it did feel good to release the shoulders and arms and hands because we all are spending so much time on our computer, and it seems to be that's the way of life now. So let's float the hands. So like reach and pull back, reach and pull back, reach and pull back all the good things into your life, okay? And then squeeze and release, squeeze and release the tension, squeeze and release the tension, squeeze and release the tension, squeeze and release the tension. And let's just boogie woogie, one shoulder at a time backwards, letting the arms dangle, and then shake the hands down here. Slide back into your chair, plant your feet on the floor, pull up on the seat of the chair, and let's stretch to the right. Now, avoid sticking the ribs out. I talk about this often. Push the ribs in and lengthen the spine. And come to the other side. Stretch to the left. Move the ribs in and lengthen. And come back. We'll repeat just to get the body used to moving a bit. This is a mini yoga lesson, so not a full 1.5 hour class, which I do teach, but not on Facebook. Okay, and then lift the heart, squeeze the upper back, and then lower the head, but keep the back straight and strong. I read an interview today. It was an interview in the New York Times with Jane Fonda, who's 82, has let her hair grow gray. And she said probably the most important thing she did was maintain a good posture. So her entire life, she was deliberately working to maintain a strong back. So all these exercises we are doing now do develop strength in the back. Okay, the stretching to the side, the lifting up, the pushing down, becoming aware and stimulating those long muscles in the back. Okay, so now we're going to, let's just tap our feet a bit and roll from the heel to the toe. And if anybody is in the chair, you could participate doing this. Now, we are going to stand next and do tree pose. So for people in the chair, you can lift one leg. You can lean back in your chair and lift one leg up and lengthen the spine, or just put one leg to the side and press down on the standing foot. You can put one leg on the one heel on the chair, on the front leg of the chair, and maintain straightness here. For everyone else, hopefully my camera's, we don't have to move. So let's stand by our chair, okay, and lift the right leg. So another thing about aging is maintaining balance. And in order to learn balance, you create some situations where you are not in balance. So here you have to use your feet and toes an awful lot. And if you have your chair nearby and you feel you're going to need some help, you know it's there. Okay, so lift the right foot, put it over here on the chair. So the the left leg is over the left foot. So tendency is to jut that hip out. And you see what happens, shortening happens here. So we want to keep equal length from the bottom of the ribs to the hips on both sides. So press down the right foot, lift the right arch. So we're not rolling the knee forward, but keeping the knee as so that you're coming into the hip here, rather than coming into the back of the hip, coming into the side hip, as if the back body is flat against a wall. Okay, so pressing down on the right foot, widening the left foot, moving the navel in slightly, the sternum in slightly. We're going to reach our hands to the side. Put the index finger and thumb together. Okay, squeeze the upper back, and let's just put the palms down and extend. Okay, squeeze the upper back, extend, turn the palms up, and then lift the arms up even though you can't see my hands, they're there. Okay, extend the fingernails towards the ceiling, move the navel back, press the feet down, and open your tree branches. And come down. So hopefully you felt some adductor stretch and lengthening in the torso and strengthening of the back body. And now to the left. So again, let's start. Maybe you want the chair this way. So we're going to stand on the right leg and create a situation where we're not used to balancing. Okay, and this teaches the body to balance. And then place the left foot on the chair again. So we want equal distance from the bottom of the ribs to the hip sockets. So this would be the default, jutting the hip out to the right. So use your back muscles to maintain length. Press down on the left foot, widen the right foot, slight pelvic tilt, navel back, sternum back, back of neck long. Okay, and let's bring the fingers overhead and the arms, elbows straight, palms facing each other. Sorry you can't see my hands, but the palms are facing each other, fingernails towards the ceiling. Now drop your index finger to your thumb and open your tree branches. Squeeze the upper back, lift the back of the neck, find your feet, be in the feet here, move the navel slightly back, lengthen between the rib and the hip, turn your palm down and slowly bring your tree branches down. This is tree pose. Okay. Next, we're going to use the chair to the right. Now let me show people who are chair bound. We're going to do triangle. So if you're in your chair, put your right foot to the right and left foot forward and open up. Okay. For those of us standing, I would like you to put a block on your chair if you have one. Put your foot under the chair and the block above the foot. Okay, so the block is above the foot and you're going to move the left leg back. Okay, you can hold the side of the chair to get some balance here. Okay, then turn everything forward. Got to move that so you can see my foot. Okay, so turning the left foot in 15 degrees. The right heel intersects the arch of the left foot. And everything is facing forward, meaning eyes, breast, hip sockets, not the knees, but from hips to here, all the major forward things are looking forward. Lengthen the spine. Okay, so now put your finger, your blade of your hand here and push. Okay, come back up. Now you notice I'm not jutting my ribs. So you can put your hand here and just move in that hip joint, hip flexion without spine flexion. We're keeping the muscles of the back long. And we're moving this femur bone into the hip socket. And this time we're going to put our hand on the block. Okay, hand on the block. Not weight on the block, hand on the block. Okay, make sure the ribs are moving in. Now just put the hand behind the head, push back into the hand so that the side of the head, the hand, the block, and the foot are pretty much in line. And then lift the hand. So as we stand here, let's find our feet, find your toes. You can wiggle your toes. You can find your fourth and fifth toe and really make them wide. Make your big toe and the first three toes long. Move the buttock flesh of the right buttock and the left buttock towards your left heel, and move the armpit flesh of this right arm forward. Relax the neck and smile. And then slowly bring the weight up, toes forward, hands down, and we'll do Trikonasana on the left side. You can turn the chair either way. I think this time I'll turn it that way. So we're going to put the block on the middle of the seat of the chair. Put our left foot underneath the chair and our right foot at least 4.5 feet back. So the heel of the left foot intersects the arch of the right foot. The right foot is turned 15 degrees, and everything else, the eyes, the breast, the hip sockets, hip bones here, the iliac crest, are forward. And extend. Squeeze the upper back, lift your arches. Okay, so remember this little, so using, it's the L of your hand, okay, the L of your hand, right here in the inguinal canal, where you can feel where the thigh meets the hip here. And we're going to push it back and hold the ribs. Discourage the ribs from jutting out and come up. So we're hinging. We're teaching the body to hinge here. Keeping the spine straight and hinging. And put the hand on the block. So the block is over the foot, the hand is on the block, and the head is pretty much in line with the block. Okay. Move the buttock flesh of both buttocks towards the right heel. Now put your right hand behind your head, push back, and lengthen the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Lift the arm. Okay, we're going to just stay here a while. Find your feet. Find the fourth and fifth toe and make them wide. And the big toe and the first three toes, make them go forward. Okay, lengthen the spine, smile. Move the armpit flesh from underneath the left armpit forward, and check in with your rib. And then come on up and down. Okay, so we'll do one more pose. Virabhadrasana 1, and we're going to use the chair. We're going to put our right foot under the chair. The reason we're using the chair, you can hold the back seat of the chair and move the left leg back. So we want the knee over the ankle. So we're just using the chair, because without the chair, the knee will go over the foot or the knee will come too far back. So we're just using the chair as a teacher. You don't have to go really far down. but to keep the knee over the ankle, okay? And now lengthen from the bottom of the ribs to the hips. So this is usually the default. We want to turn everything forward. And I'll show chair people what to do after we do this. Okay, so you're going to feel some stretching in the adductor. And remember, we're doing this to strengthen the back so we can have good postures like Jane Fonda when we're 82. Okay, so lengthen the back, extend the arms, squeeze the upper back. And now we have long muscles, spinous erector muscles that go along the spine. So find those long muscles and give them a little stretch, inviting them to be strong, be juicy, okay, to support your spine. And then we're going to turn and look over the right fingers. Now, once we're here, find your feet, make them wide. Find your spine, make it long. Find your smile, make it big. And then come on up. And let's go to the left. Virabhadrasana 2 with chair as teacher. Okay, so put your left foot under the chair and the right foot back. And just check you're using the chair against your shin so that your knee is above your ankle. And lengthen back the right foot. So let's just start in this spine back strengthening position. Pressing into the back heel. Of course, you're going to feel stretch here. And lengthen the spine. You can even do a slight pelvic tilt. Squeeze the upper back. So as much evenness and length here between the bottom ribs and the hip sockets. And then extend the arms. Squeeze the upper back. Squeeze the fingers together like the queen wave. Okay? And look over your left hand. Squeeze the upper back, lengthen the spine. So the spine is perpendicular to the floor here. It's not traveling to the left. If you feel like you're traveling to the left, nudge back upright. Press into the right heel. Look over your left hand and smile. Squeeze the upper back. Put some energy into the right hand to pull back to keep that spine erect. And then come up, put the legs forward. So for people sitting in the chair, I'll demonstrate on the left. You can slide your buttock, your left buttock to the left and do a nice right angle with your left foot, with your knee over your left ankle. Okay, and then wherever you can put this right leg, you know, whether you put it back here or wherever, to just maintain this line and this line. Okay, so the right angle here, and the buttock is on the edge of the chair, as you can see. Okay, and then extend, lifting the spine and looking over the finger. So move the skin of both armpits forward. So not back, forward. So pull the skin from the back of the armpits forward. And let's just go to the other side for the chair people. So we're going to move our buttock, our right buttock, as you can see, towards the back of the chair. Position the knee over the ankle, and this leg can go wherever it's comfortable for you. Okay? Drop the sit bones. Turn as much as possible towards the front and extend the arms. Look over the right fingertips. So you just check in that you're not leaning, that you're as upright as possible. And lengthen the spine. Lengthen the distance between the head and the tailbone as much as possible. back in the chair and just come forward. You can hold the back of the chair, and everybody who is not in a chair can get their chair back out and lengthen the back body. So the back is like a sliding board. It's not a cashew. So make the back into a sliding board. You know, you're climbing up and you're going to slide from the head down to the tailbone. And then sit back in the chair and lean over the back of your chair. Turn the palms forward. Sit upright, pull back on the knees, lengthen the spine, big smile. Close the eyes. And just bring the focus of your mind. Drop the mind to the heart. Surrender the mind to the heart. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you for inviting me into your house for the yoga mini lesson. And I will see you next week, already the second week of September.